All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday night Team Passion call. Tonight, we are going to chat a little bit about inviting. We're going to get into very specifics, and we are going to talk about getting people results. So for the past, I would say 2 years, I've been trying to figure out this process of collecting stories. So Shalene Johnson has showed us before that she has a big binder of stories that she collected, and she walked into the meeting with Carl Deichler and was like, here's proof that I can do this. And then Carl also has a similar binder, and they're always sharing on social media those stories. But those stories that they share on social media are so salesy looking, right? So it's really hard to just kind of share those. I try to crop it out and put my own little wording to it because it's this is very salesy. So I have in our Team Passion Dropbox that's open that I've shared before, and I think it's in a file in the Team Passion Coaches page. It should say Team Passion Dropbox, but that Dropbox has a bunch of different folders. It has it has before and afters. It has folders like Morning Meltdown 100. It has all the folders of everything. So right now, people's before and afters are in 7 different places, right? They're in the groups, they're in the Team Passion before and afters. I get some on my desktop, they're kind of everywhere. And the problem is, or the challenge is, I just have people's pictures, right? And they told me a story at one point with the picture, but I didn't save that anywhere. So having said that, I am going to have Lauren work on collecting stories. So I posted in our Leadership Council page today for those leaders to maybe start collecting stories from their team as well. But if you guys, if we can all just figure this out and do this together, if you guys can send me your stories with your before and after, any of your teammates' stories that they'll just make sure you ask them, can this be shared on social media? Even if they're fully clothed or it's just their face, whatever they're comfortable sharing would be great. And so what I'll do is I'm going to put everything in that one place, Team Passion before and after, in the Dropbox, but then I'll also have a Word document that will go with their story. So I'll say, Stephanie Beck picture, Stephanie Beck story. And so I'll just kind of, so that it's very easy for you to find. So if you're okay, it's Transformation Tuesday, I want to share somebody's story, you can go to that folder, find somebody's story along with their picture. Okay, so I want to get into this collecting mode and kind of organizing it. And Lauren's going to help me kind of put that together. Another project that Lauren is working on that I haven't told anybody about that I'm pretty excited about. And so I hope you guys are going to like this. It might take us a little bit to figure this out, but with Mark's Disney vacation business, his director, the woman who owns the company, sends out a sales spreadsheet. I don't know if it's weekly or monthly, but she posts a sales spreadsheet, and everybody has a Disney name. Okay, so Mark's Captain Hook, and it shows his sales. It shows everybody's sales on the team, and they don't know who each other are. So it's just Disney names. They have to log their sales into a spreadsheet, or a Google Doc or a Google Sheet or something. And then she puts it together in another Excel spreadsheet, and then she shows, here's what you're doing. So that totally motivated Mark. Mark's number 3 in his team for sales right now. So he was oh my gosh, I'm number 3. What? I just he got all excited, and he knew he was Captain Hook, and he didn't know who anybody else was, but it didn't matter. He was just number 3. So I'm like, okay, how do, like, if he just got excited, like if Mark doesn't, this is Mark's excited face. Right? So if Mark, like, so if he just got excited and I could tell in his voice, and I was like, okay, Mark just got excited. Like, this is something I need to implement for the team. So I remember I was like, wait, how do I do this for my team? How can we put this together? So you will be responsible for loading in your sales. So it'll be like a commission. It'll be like your PV. It'll be, you know, you're not going to put your team, what your team's doing, your left and right volume. You're going to put your commissionable sales, you know, challenge packs, collagen, all of it. Anything that you sell each week by like Wednesday night, you're going to put it in this Google Doc, and there's going to be categories, I think, you know, so challenge packs, performance line, like there'll be, so you'll enter it in. So this is going to be a great way for you to track how you're doing, but then also to be like, to push yourself a little bit more and see where you are according to everybody else, and nobody will know who you are. So we'll all, I'll have you guys come up, I don't know, with some sort of fitness name, something. We can talk about that as a team, how we want to do that. Obviously Mark's a Disney name because that makes sense, but however we want to, you could be a super trainer. Like, I don't know, we'll figure like something. And we'll come up with that. So does that sound like something that would motivate you and be fun and exciting? Okay, cool. And I think it'll be cool because nobody will know who each other is. And I think I like that part of the competing piece. So yeah, and obviously only people who want to do it will be on that spreadsheet. I'm not going to go look up everybody's sale. Like, you're going to be responsible for putting your numbers in. If you don't put your numbers in by Wednesday night, your numbers might not be accurate, you know? So, all right, cool. So that's kind of in the works. We'll get into more details of that, but Mark sent her the template, Lauren, the template, so she could start looking at it and playing with it and seeing what that's going to look like. So those are the two things I wanted to talk about real quick. To send me your story or your team's story, it's going to be easiest if you can send it to my email. So it's nljfitness@gmail.com. So nljfitness@gmail.com. And if you can just start collecting stories. I was you know, I was listening to Scotty Hobbs, and I'm like, okay, thanks for the reminder again, because I'm always trying to do this. Like I said, it's in all these different places because I'm like, oh, we need more stories. Ooh, but we need to organize it, because I see people sharing their stories, and I'm like, okay, we've got to do more of this. But then I stop and I'm like, nobody lets me share their story. Like, none of my customers, like usually only coaches will do it because it's for their business. Like, none of my customers let me share their story unless it's like very anonymous. Like, they won't let me tag them. I'm like, oh, why are you so ashamed? So it's so hard for us to do that. So that's why I'm figuring if we can all collectively do as much as we can. But I also want to really start pushing in our challenge group, because I put in an ad that I'm running, like I put that as I'm talking to the people personally, I'm like, and you get a free t-shirt. Like I forget that. We've got to kind of, I've also, for the past 5 years, 10 years, like, how do we constantly talk about the Beachbody Challenge and entering the Beachbody Challenge? Like, that's something, you know, if we can work together as a team and brainstorm on how to do that too, so we have more people entering the Beachbody Challenge. Like, maybe once a week, one of us takes like the first Monday of the month, you know, Svetlana is in charge of it. The first Tuesday of the, you know, like, I don't know, like just something, or the second Tuesday of the month. Like, so at least once a week in our Fit Tribe page, we are reminding people to enter their results. I know what gets me hung up. I don't always do all of my measurements. So I start filling it out. Like, I haven't earned that free t-shirt yet, because that new one, because I start filling out the thing and I'm like, God, you want so much information. And then I just close the form, right? So it's like, I don't have that, and I don't want to make up numbers, you know. So if we can kind of get in the habit of just, maybe I'm asking for you guys to help me enter the Beachbody Challenge. But yeah, if we can just kind of get our group into that. Like, it's pretty cool to see people up on stage every year at Summit, and how cool would it be to have one of our members win the Beachbody Challenge. So another side note that I'm actually going to make a note on Beachbody Challenge. And maybe we'll do, people seem to do well with these contests. So maybe we'll do some sort of contest around that. Like, people just love prizes. Okay, so let's dive into inviting from start to finish. So this tool that I'm using here is in the Coach Online office under the training library. And then there's a tab. So if you go to if you across the top of your screen, there's a tab that says training. So click training, and then it's on the left side of the screen, and it's inviting training. Okay. So if you want to pull this up after, this is exactly where I'm pulling this from. So when Svetlana asked the question, kind of start to finish, how do I kind of close the deal? Where do I go? What's happening? I was like, oh, where is that 5-step invitation process? There was a 5-step invitation process. So it's not there anymore, but this has kind of, the 5-step invitation process was created by Tommy Migrant, a football coach, and also a Beachbody coach. I believe he won the Beachbody Challenge one year. He was super successful years ago in Beachbody. So he created it, and they put it in all our trainings, but I don't see it anymore. I'm sure I have it in my files somewhere, but I didn't go looking for it. But when I pulled this up, I'm like, okay, this is it. So they just corporate just kind of took that and put it in their corporate words. So it's the same thing. So there's one of the first things that's stated in here is what inviting is and what inviting is not. And so I like this. I was like, okay, I'm really into, I don't know if you've been seeing me post my business activity tracker, but I talked about this on Sunday night too. I'm really into writing my affirmations like on my business activity tracker every day. Like, it's just something that I'm just really trying to do so that I'm constantly looking at it all day, and I highlight them. And so this one is cool. Inviting is matching needs and solutions, then helping make the decisions to start. Inviting is not convincing someone to do something that they don't want to do. So that's quite simply put. So there's 5 steps here. Forming a relationship, identify a need, share info and get feedback. And I like this next one, assume success. And I'll give you examples of that. And then follow up. So form a relationship, identify a need, share info and get feedback, assume success, follow up. So forming a relationship. So this is what we talk about all the time, making those 10 connections a day. You're going down your list on social media and you're like, geez, I've never talked to this person before. Chances are you're not going to just go, hey, I'm starting an online health and fitness group. Want to join me? Right? You have to kind of form a relationship. So when it's family, coworkers, friends, people you haven't really talked to in a while, just send a message. How's the family doing? What are you kids dressing up for Halloween? Like, I always try to think about what's going on in the world and ask a question around that. When I'm checking in with past challengers, I'm saying things like, hey, do you have some fall health goals you're working on? Do you want to stay track? You want to work on staying on track over the holidays? Like, I'm just always kind of asking questions around, how was your summer? Did you make it? A lot of questions that I'm asking my group right now, my audience, my avatars are, did you make it through September? Start of school and all the activities? Because I barely did, So think of things like that. people you know but not very well, acquaintances, coworkers. Hey, I saw you on Facebook. We haven't chatted in a while. How have you been? You know, something. I just saw your post. I love starting a forming of a relationship with, hey, I just saw your post about, and so referencing what I just saw and then asking about it privately. I love doing that. It's because it's so simple. It's so genuine. Um, so maybe your followers or new people that accept your friend request. Thanks for following. Thanks for accepting my friend request. I'm really excited to get to know you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Something like that. That's what I'm doing right now with my cold market. When they say, yeah, I'm interested in your 100-day challenge, I'm saying, awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Just so I'm not going to go, okay, here it is, and then tell them how to buy a Beachbody On Demand challenge pack. I need to, and some of them get upset and they say they don't want to answer, they'll ignore me and they don't want to answer the video. So, I just said video because that's what Cindy just posted. They don't want to answer my questions. And so sometimes they just want to know what the package is. But I have found in 9 years of doing this, the people who just want to know what the package is never just buy the package. They're just looking for the price and then they decide from that point. They don't even read what they're getting. They scan and they see the 140 and off they go. Okay, so Cindy, what is that? The 5-step invitation process video?
That's the video with the guy that you were talking about.
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy. I had it saved in my little team page.
Oh, okay.
Writing for my people.
Okay.
I totally agree with everything that you're saying, because it's like by forming that relationship with them, you're already justifying why they need what we have.
Yeah.
They're giving you the answers, so you're going to be able to provide the solution for them.
Right.
I always, I agree with you. They want to know the price. It's like, I need to tell you why you need this first.
Right. Totally. Yeah. So that brings us down to identifying a need is next. So you want to ask some questions. So you formed a relationship. Now you want to kind of ask some questions. This is an example of what the flows of questions could look like. But one of them, when they so for an example, someone said to me yesterday, I want to lose 100 pounds. And so I said, that's amazing. I can totally see you doing this. Tell me what it would feel like to lose the first 10 pounds. And she immediately was like, well, I have more than 10 to lose. And I said, I hear you, but I want you to get in this mindset that we're going to create a healthy lifestyle and some healthy habits. So tell me what the first 10 pounds will feel like, and so just kind of slowing them down. Like Cindy just said, we've got to slow them down. So one of the things here is, from a health and fitness standpoint, what are you facing right now? So I usually say, what are some health goals that you would like to work on right now? Or what is one health goal you'd like to work on right now? Try to really steer the conversation to get them to answer, instead of being like, what? They have to think of a ton of goals or something, or a number, or, so just tell me one goal that you would like to accomplish in your health in the next 30 days or something. Get very specific is how I would do that. And then kind of keep going with so like I said, how would that first 10 pounds feel? So something like, why is that a goal for you? How is that going to impact you? Who else would it impact by you losing that? Or by you, a lot of times people will go right to, I want to keep up with my kids. I want to keep up with my grandkids. Like that piece in Rebecca Miller's story, she couldn't play with her son, like, you know, thinking I want to be able to keep, like people now who are going to start having grandkids, I want to be able to keep up with my grandkids. What would this success look like for you? So these questions here are probably questions that you are already doing. Like I just shared with you, I'm automatically, what's one health goal you're thinking of? What would the first 10 pounds feel like? You know, you're already asking these questions. And here's a good one. What has stopped you from succeeding with this before? If you were successful with it, what would you gain? So now we're creating this vision of what it's going to feel like to reach this goal. Someone I was chatting with today, I had sent her a message a week ago and she just got back to me. She goes, you know what? It is time. I need to do something. I've been sick for over a month. I went to the doctor's to get some tests done, but I just feel like crap all the time and I'm done. You know, so her emotion was already there. I can't do this anymore. I hate feeling this way, you know? So, and so I was like, great. I have a group, because she said, do you have a group starting in November? And I said, I do. And I told her about the 100-day challenge. She's like, you know what? That sounds amazing. Yes. And I got her email and I'm like, I need to know what Shakeology flavor. So start helping them create that vision. And then repeating the answer, you know, thank you for sharing that with me. Just to make sure I understand, what I heard you say is you're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And that you want to feel better when you're around your daughter. But like, repeat the story to them. Did I miss anything else that's important to you? And so that's a good ending to that question. So this is a process, right? If you can get people to answer these questions and keep talking to you, I'm going to tell you the chances of them purchasing are huge. Like the ones that don't want to answer you, don't want to think about, they're probably not ready. And it's okay. You can keep going and you can keep, when you lose them in this process, don't think, oh gosh, what did I do? I asked them too many questions. They don't want, like Mark asked me today, hey, those two people, when you sent them a message, what happened? It doesn't look like they responded. I'm like, yeah, they said they're ready, but they can't even answer a question on what their goal is and tell me a little bit about themselves. Like I can't, how can I help someone who can't, right? Like, it's like, I can't think, oh, maybe I should have just sent them what the challenge is and gave them the price. I can't question that. This is the right process. We can't question. I know everybody's different, but I don't want to work with people who can't answer me, like, and who can't take the time to, because it's going to be a quick fix for them and they're going to be mad and they're going to return it or they're going to cancel their Shakeology after month 1. Like, I know these people, right? I've been doing this long enough. So phase 3, or process, a piece of the process of phase 3 is sharing the information and getting feedback. So this is where you send a third-party tool, like a video. I'm gonna highly recommend all of these videos that Beachbody are producing for us. They are converting to a Vimeo link. So when you go to your Coach Online office, you play the video and Vimeo comes up at the bottom. Click that and then copy and paste that link when it turns into a Vimeo link. So that it's not a YouTube, or it's not, it doesn't look right when it comes from your website either. Like, they're like, oh, you just click it, you just copy link and you send it to them and then they'll be right directed to you. It doesn't look right. And you're going to send them a share cut anyway, so don't do it. Like, just do the Vimeo thing. And you can click, if the Vimeo thing doesn't pop up, click copy link, paste it into your internet browser, and then the Vimeo will pop up. Okay. So if someone, so the things that you're doing in this part is you're focusing on how to solve their needs. You're talking about the benefits. You're talking about making it sound effective, fun. You don't want to try to prove to them that they need to do it. Like, right, you're not convincing. You're in this process of, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to help you. I can't wait for you to join me. This is what you're gonna get, and you go through, it's 100 workouts, cardio, weights, yoga. Like, you go through a little snippet. We have weekly prizes in our group. You're gonna get personal access to me. I give you my phone number and you can message me anytime. Like, so build that up. Think of you as a bonus. Your group is a bonus. Like, so yeah, they're going to get the program. I'm always like, you're going to get a Fixate cooking channel. I don't say Fixate. I say you get a healthy cooking channel. You get a nutrition guide with every program. You get over 40 programs. And I take them through what this is going to look like and everything that they get, the journey, but I don't overwhelm. I don't talk too much. It's quick little snippets. And then, I'll say, and I'll talk about the superfood shake that they're going to get. I'm like, let me send you a quick video on this superfood shake. And then I'll find my favorite one, which is usually, I love the ingredient one with Darren. I think they're working on a new one from what I heard, which will be great because they just need a little bit of updated one. But I love that one, or one from Isabel. And then I say, if I send you this video, do you have time to watch it now? Because I don't want to just send them a video and then like, hello, where'd we go, right? Or do you have time to watch this now or within the next hour? Like, so be specific on when they can watch it. Like, it's almost an assignment. It's their first assignment to watch this video. And this could be a video about MM100 too. This could be a trailer. It can be whatever. And then you want to ask the questions. Okay, so what did you like most in that video? So this week in our Coach Basics group, I'm asking you guys when I post the Coach Basics video, okay, what did you learn? What were your takeaways? Okay, so we're not saying, did you like it? We're not, what'd you think? Like, we're not asking these questions that, yeah, it was cool. Like, what specifically? What did you hear in the video that piqued your interest? And so this is the part kind of where you're going through, what did you think? Not what did you think, but, what was your favorite part? What did you hear in the video that got you excited? And you're just kind of creating that picture again. So now this person, okay, I just watched the video and they just told you their favorite part. Okay, this person is going to buy. Like, we're good at this point. We are in a good part of the process. I love these two examples. So now here's what you say. This is assuming success. Great. This sounds like this is going to be a great fit for you. I know you're going to love it and I'm excited to work with you. Click on the link here and I'll help you get started. And this is the share a cart. Okay, so you've set the share a cart up. So probably in that process, you've had to ask for their email and what Shakeology flavor they want, right? Not assuming success. Great. It sounds like this challenge pack is a good fit. So I just want to make sure you don't feel like I'm giving you any kind of pressure to buy it. It's totally your choice. So if you want some time to think about it, that's okay. They're like, cool, way out. Like, you just gave them a way out. Like, they're like, oh yeah, maybe I'm not ready. You're right. Oh yeah, I'm probably not ready, right? So you want to say, this sounds like this is going to be great. I know you're going to love it. I'm excited to work with you. Here's your cart. Let me know when I always say, let me know when you've completed this so that I can get you in our group right away and we can get started and start getting you prepared. because you don't want to lower their confidence, right? Like, you don't want to be like, are you sure? Like, wait, am I don't know. What just happened, right? Like, you just flip the whole switch on them. And then, of course, you're going to follow up. So you've done an amazing job, but maybe they don't click it right away. Maybe they don't hit the share card. Maybe they go talk to their spouse. And their spouse immediately is like, oh, another weight loss program, right? Like, how many of these have you tried? And then they're like, shoot. So follow-up is going to be very important. So when I get to this point of a share cart with someone, if they don't sign up like that day, that next morning, they hear from me immediately. I'm like, hey, did something happen? Like, technology is so crazy. These websites make me so nervous. Did everything work out okay? I don't see your order. So I totally put it on technology. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, I don't see your order. Is everything okay? Is there something I can answer for you? Or did you put it in and I don't see it? I'm scared. Like, just use your personality, whatever wording you want to use. And then it just gives you you can read through this, but it just gives you samples for follow-up. But honestly, if they hear from me after I send the share cart, they hear from me every 24 hours until they're in or until they say I changed my mind. So until they're in as a new challenger or coach, or unless they've told me no. And I'll get creative with the follow-ups. I'll say, that first one is like, oh my gosh, technology, what happened? Eek. And then if it's still crickets, that maybe the next day, maybe I'll wait till like the afternoon. I say, I know you're super busy. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Are we still on for you starting on our 11-4 group? Because I want to make sure you get your order in time. So we're creating this sense of urgency. And then if I still don't hear from them, again, another 24 to 48 hours, I'll be like, I don't want to be a pain. I just know that I have mom brain and I'm super forgetful all the time too. Just another reminder or something. And then by the fourth one, I may say, okay, now I'm stalking you. I don't want to be like this. I just want to make sure everything's okay. If you are out, I understand, and just let me know so I don't keep bothering you. Something along those lines. Like the fourth or fifth follow-up, I'm kind of like, are we in or no? Did you change your mind? And then they go on the list for the next one. But chances are, if they took the time and did all of that with you, they'll be in. It was a good invite. Was this helpful? Okay, good. So yeah, you can have these notes kind of next to you and just be like, okay, where am I in this process? Like I've formed a relationship. Now I may say something like, hey, are you working on some goals for, when you're forming a relationship, if this is someone that I haven't talked to since high school and I'm like, how's your family? I just saw your thing on Facebook, and we're chatting back and forth, I don't necessarily in that conversation invite them. So the invite for me will probably come a week or two, probably 2 or more weeks after we've because then what I do is I interact with them on Facebook so that they're seeing my stuff, so the invite. So if I've already formed with people, an invite each day may be from someone who liked my fitness post, who's watching my stories, who's, so someone who's paying attention. That would be someone that I'd be like, hey, I was just thinking of you. I have a new 100-day challenge starting on November 4th. Is this something you want to hear more about? So those are people that are that I've been talking with, or that have expressed an interest, or have come to me, or have liked a post, or watched a story, watched a couple stories. And then that's when I take them through the process. And they say, yeah, I say, awesome. What are What are some health goals that you're working on? What is one health goal that you would like to work on? Something like that. And then I try to create this story of what we do on Team Passion. Like I tell, we're creating a lifestyle. This isn't going to be a quick fix. I want to help you create habits, things like that. So I am not, Stephanie. I am not having any success getting any new people from Instagram, and I've been trying for a few years. So I Googled my audience and which social media platform they're on, and they're all still on Facebook. The moms ages 35 to 44. Like, because I see my Facebook friends post on Instagram, but it's an automatic. It's whatever they've posted on Facebook, they post on Instagram because they just think they're supposed to be over there. So they're not doing anything different over there. Mark also did, when he ran a Facebook ad, he also looked at my audience of people. I don't know how he did it. There's something he Googled and YouTubed and figured it out, but there's something for people who like my page. Who are they? And it's ages, I think he said it was ages 34 to 54. And so he started, he targeted those age groups, but that they're still all on Facebook. So, and again, I'm not giving up on Instagram. One of my affirmations is, why is Instagram so easy? Why is Instagram so easy for me? Is one of my affirmations every morning. Maybe I don't believe it yet, so that's the problem. But I'm saying it. So, yeah. I mean, stories are fun. I'm having fun there, but I just, yeah. It's really this whatever we do in all the social media things will eventually be effective consistency wise. We'll find our people somewhere. It's making sure, this is something that I said to myself on Sunday night, it's making sure we are having 10 conversations every single day, at least 10 conversations every single day. Next to personal development, your workout, that's number 3. Like making sure you're and I wrote all 7 days, and then I sat down today and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that on Sundays. Chances are I might, I'm not going to kill I'm not going to be mad at myself if I don't do it on Sundays. So Monday through Saturday, because Saturday mornings are a great time to talk to people. I've been doing the last few Saturday mornings, I've been sending my 10 messages around 8, 9 a.m. and people respond to me like right away. I'm like, oh shoot, everybody's on Saturday mornings. So I'm finding that to be a good time to talk to people. But Sundays, people are at church, chilling out, being with family. So I'm not going to worry about those. I might do like Sunday nights right before I go to bed a bunch. That's kind of our secret sauce. If we can get to this phase of inviting with people with those 10 conversations consistently, that's going to be, and then just, do the Instagram stuff. I do the Instagram stuff every day. I follow that power hour every single day. Some days I don't do all of the activities, but I do it. I just am not at a point, I guess, with knowing people enough on Instagram to send them private messages. I think that's my thing. I don't think I'm having success there because I'm not sending these 10 messages a day are either emailing my Beachbody customers or it's all my Facebook people. Like I don't send 10 people from Instagram on Instagram. I do have a couple people, like if they like my stuff like every day or watch my stories every day, I have been able to send messages to them saying, thank you so much for watching my stories. I'm still trying to learn how to do this Instagram thing, so it helps to know that it is reaching people or whatever. And then I might just say, I might reference something in their Instagram feed or something. But I also find the people that are watching my stories on Instagram, I'll go to their feed and they haven't posted in like 4 months. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know what to do with this info. Like, I don't want to like their picture from 2016. Like, what's the algorithm? I'm supposed to like the last 3 photos. Wait, what if they were 3 years ago? Like, so yeah, I feel ya. So I've stopped trying to force it, and I just do it because I know I'm supposed to do it, but I'm still hanging out on Facebook. Because I find myself too on Instagram. I'm just liking a bunch of stuff. Like, I don't read all their stuff on Instagram. Like, I don't read the whole copy. And then I sometimes do, and I'm like, oh, where are we going with this? Like, like I try to keep mine really short, like, because I'm like, I thought we're just supposed to be picture type stuff on Instagram. I don't know. I think stories is where it's at, and like IGTV and all that. I don't think it's in your news feed and Instagram or your whatever. I think you're just supposed to make 1 post a day for consistency, so it looks like you haven't disappeared for 3 years. But I think the action is in the stories. So, all right. So let's be sure we connect and talk about how you're using this and how it's going, and if you tweaked things. This is something that they have taught us since even when I started 9 years ago. We would go to this event called the Game Plan, and this was the process: form, invite, send a third-party tool, follow up. Like, this has always been the process. They just have tweaked it over the years. So if you can just get in the habit of always doing this, like as I was reading this tonight, I'm like, okay, this is what I do. Like, it just, because it's natural to me because I've been doing it for 9 years, but this is exactly what I do. Ask questions, share feedback. Can I send you a third-party tool? What were your takeaways from the third-party tool? Great. How's this all sound? Let's do it. Anything else? Any other questions? Did that help, Svetlana, answer kind of everything? Okay. Yeah.
One more thing.
Yes.
I had a question because so many coaches always refer it's important that you have your start date for the next group. So not having my own group, right? And your groups are mainly they're like ongoing. So how do you go with the starting date so that they don't feel lost in those large groups, and like somebody's already halfway through the program and now they added to it?
Yeah, I honestly, most of the time, pick the first Monday of the month. Mm-hmm. So I'm always inviting. So I'm inviting right now to an 11-4 group. I'm focusing on MM100 just because I like to go with one thing. But if someone comes in and wants to start with 21 Day Fix, that's okay too. Mm-hmm. So I just explain to them. I say, okay, I'm going to put you in this amazing group. It's full of awesome energy. You know, you may be on a different day with other people. You may be on a different program, but this is the cool thing. You can see people post about another program and know that maybe that'll be your next program. And, you know, so I just kind of explain what the groups looks like. It is cool to start, you know, maybe with 5 people all on the same day, all on day one. It's fun to do that, but it just doesn't always work out that way sometimes. But we did that. We tend to do that with new programs. Like, we all started MM100 together. So that's a cool thing. But I have new people or returning customers, you know, that just started MM100 when it launched on 10/1, and everybody just kind of jumped in the log by themselves, you know. So just kind of explaining to them what the group is, you know, just saying, hey, I'm just starting out. I don't have a big team right now. So this is where we all kind of come together. We share meal plans. There's prizes. There's contests. There's a lot of energy. Here's what the workout log looks like. And just kind of those first, you know, 30 days, making sure, hey, do you see the log? What can I, you know, just kind of walking them through what the group looks like and intends to do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was helpful. Thank you.
Good.
I add, Nicole.
Yeah.
What I found is I had people who were wanting I have some people who love the big group, and I try to get over and support them there. But then I had some of my people wanting a smaller group, but yet I found by myself, I just didn't have enough people that were posting regularly. So I ended up with teaming up with Tiffany Anderson and Nicole Davids. I'm going to say her name right, Nicole. And we have this little group that we have going on in the Tracker app. But because there's 3 of us, there's enough action in there. So we always have like an ongoing accountability group, but then we run these short boot camps for 3 weeks. And the 3 of us have just found that there's so much participation. We focus, we have people in the ongoing group, but it enables you to focus on those people, because in the app you can see who's participating. So I would say, find some sister coaches or brother coaches. We do have some guys in here too that might be interested in doing the same thing. If you're looking for that smaller group, set it up. Don't be afraid to ask someone, hey, I noticed that you've got people in here too. Do you want to team up and try to do a group together in the Tracker app? You never know. I've tried teaming up with the people in the past, and it doesn't always work out, and that's okay. You just don't do another group together, but sometimes it really works, and you can get more participation that way, because when it's smaller, sometimes it's easier. But again, I have people who like the big group too, so it's good to offer them both choices. Never hurts to have options.
I have shared before too, this big group is the first big group that's ever worked in 9 years for me. So I've tried team groups in the past and they've never worked. What ended up happening, so I was very clear this time, what ended up happening is everybody would just dump all their people in there, and I was still the only one running the group. And so I was like, this isn't why are you putting, so that's why I'm like, if you're gonna be in the big group and you're gonna bring people in the big group, you've got to help lead the big group, right? And so that was one of the differences that we created with this new big group. But I had even tried that before and it still didn't work. So it was like the right people. Like Cindy said, if you've tried small groups with other people, it may not have worked before. It was the same thing with this big team group. I couldn't get it to work, and then I stopped for a while. And then even in my own challenge groups, where I had 50 or more of all of my customers, I was still the only one posting. And so until I got into this big group and we had all of us posting, and then these people were like, oh, this is when my customers have come out of the woodwork and they have started becoming coaches because of it. And because they've seen you guys, they don't just see me being a coach, they see you all being a coach. And then they're like, wait, she is a nurse who works crazy hours, but she's still in here every day posting. Wait, we have a military spouse who travels, and, so it's like there's so many, because maybe they can't relate to me, but they can relate to you, so but yes, it's all what your people want. I still have people who don't talk in the big group. They're in there, and I'll send them a message. I'm like, what are you doing? How's it go? I know, I'm sorry, I'm doing 21 Day Fix, I'm on day 11. I just don't post in the big group, but I watch it and I love it, and everybody inspires me every day. So I get a lot of that too. So I get people that don't participate either, but are in there and love it. So yeah, you gotta just kind of figure out what works for you and for your people. And yeah, starting with maybe teaming up with Stephanie and because Stephanie's trying to figure out her groove right now with her people participating as well. So maybe you guys do, a 21 Day Fix group in the Challenge Tracker app just to start, or a 3-day refresh, or a clean week, something just to do something small, short, to get used to it and get people used to posting. Because it's easy to go to the app, so we post videos or selfies and then we write a little story in the workout log, but some people just like to click the button, Shakeology workout, on the app. They like to just check instead of writing a little something. So I've tried the challenge tracker app a couple times, and some, again, I've put like 50 people in there, and 3 or 4 loved it, and then the rest were like, no, put me back on Facebook. So it just, yeah.
This has been the first time in the 4 years that I've been a coach that I've had the tracker app group growing well. And it's only been since I've been doing the groups with Tiffany and Nicole.
Yeah.
Since summer. And I've done before too. And I still have a girl who, you're not going back to the Facebook group, but I do have a couple of people that I've been friends with on Facebook who left Facebook, who followed me on Instagram too, that I've gotten over into this group, and they're not on Facebook. So I can't do a Facebook group with them, but this is the first time. So it just, you never know. Like Nicole said, it just depends. And I think with the boot camp groups that we've set up for the past 2 months, we've given them the choice of being in the ongoing accountability group where there's no expectation, but it gives them that basic accountability, which is fine. But if they're looking for us to check in on them, they want more. They want to really get results from their program. They want to level up. We tell them, these are the requirements to be in this group. You need to post every day. We went back to something that I will say I was totally against, because when I first became a coach, we did points, and it was a big pain in the neck, but we do an honor system. It's nothing fancy, but it gets them participating, or we've told them we'll remove them. And last month I had 2 people, I gave them warnings, and then I've removed them, and it doesn't mean that I'm not going to show them support. We've talked about it and they weren't ready and this and that. Maybe then we make them take a month off and they go to the next one. But I think when you have that, you can set up a different expectation. And, it might not work for everybody, but it does work for some. So I find with that, but again, like Nicole said, we've tried it before. I've had people messaging me today that I have messaged 2 years ago that gave me crickets that are ready. So you just never know with people. You just got to kind of go with the flow, and what worked 3 years ago might not have worked then, but maybe it's working now, and we just have to go with the flow.
We just got to keep showing up.
Exactly.
I like that, Cindy. I like that you give the option for how much interaction and push from you they're wanting, where maybe they're just wanting to be a fly on the wall and kind of observe in the big group, or if they're wanting you to check in with them daily or weekly or whatever, they need to
participate. Yeah. It's like if they want us to really be on them, if they want us to be like, did you get your workout in, or why haven't you gotten your workout in? And it's easy to look in the app, because you open the app and then it will show you in the coach log who's worked and who hasn't. And we follow up with them, and it gives them that choice. Some people have said, no, I don't want the pressure, it's too much, and that's fine. It's like, I don't make it like it's shameful to be in the ongoing accountability group. That's okay if you're not there yet. But if we're of course, we want them to try to be in the one that has more participation, because if they participate more in the group, as we all know, you're going to get better results. Okay. The more you participate, the more you're interactive with the group, you're going to get more results. And that's all we want from them. We just want them to succeed with their program. So it's just really helping them see the big picture that we want them to see. It's just, Nicole had taught me long ago, it's good to give them options. You know what I mean? It's not shaming one option or the other. It's trying to hopefully guide them to the group that's going to help them succeed. But you don't want to turn them off by saying, you have to do this, this, or this. They might not be ready for that, and that's okay. But to give them the options. So that's my spiel. Hope it was helpful. I'm at my son's house, actually, because my grandpuppy was misbehaving at my house, and my husband was ready to kill him, but you can see him peacefully
out now.
over here, not raising hell. So.
You have the magic touch.
Yeah. Grammy's little boy. But I have a son at the Patriots game, and his girlfriend's at a concert tonight. So
Fun. Carrie Underwood, yeah? Carrie Underwood's in town?
I think so. I don't know. I don't listen to country music, so I have no
I
idea.
don't either, but I heard she was in town.
Yeah, I think that would be it. So if he gets up, I have to run because we will have to go out immediately.
We are wrapping up anyway. Cute.
He's so cute.
Puppies and babies on this call. Perfect. Nothing cuter. All right. So anything else? All right, cool. So yeah, so we're good. We're everything's going well. I hope everything is. I saw something in a group today, and they were like, gosh, my team's kind of losing momentum this time of year. And I'm like, I ignore all that stuff because I'm like, I just focus on what we're doing, blinders on, and I just love our groove right now. I love our Sunday night business planning calls. I love our Wednesday power hours, and I love this Thursday. Like, it's just, I think we're in such a groove, and we're staying plugged into each other, and we're doing everything together that whatever challenges we may be facing, we're like, you know what, I'm not alone in this. Let's just figure it out. My goal is to help people, whatever, like if, we don't stress out if we're not hitting Success Club 25, like we're just like focusing on the basics and focusing on consistency, and it's all going to pay off. Like, unless we stop and disappear, which we're not going to do, it's all going to pay off, and you're all going to find your groove, and you're going to take people through this process, and you're going to have 5 new people starting every month. You're going to have new coaches. You're going to have rank advancements. It's all going to come because we're doing this with such consistency, but with not stressing. Like, years ago, we because I was stressing, I was putting that stress on the team. Like, I was like, oh gosh, we all have to do this, and we have to do this, and we have to, like, and I was like, whoa. And some people were like, okay, cool, let's do it. And then other people were like, yeah, I'm out. So I love the groove we're in. So I hope you guys are feeling that energy and that consistency too, because we're in a good spot. So let's keep it that way. Yeah.
Can I just, you are the energy bus 100%, because it says lead with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And I have to say, you always do. And it definitely, like, that's why I can't always get on the calls, but I wanted to get on the call tonight. I said, if I have Wi-Fi at that house, I'm going to get on the call. And it's because of you, Nicole. And it's like, you give us the energy to pass that forward. And that's what it's all about. It's like, if you were enthusiastic and you were happy, like Nicole is when she talks to us and when she does her awesome videos in the group, we try to pay that forward in our groups and do the same thing in that little tracker app group we have going. When you project that enthusiasm about what we're doing, it's magnetic. It makes people want to be a part of it. Christina's videos, I mean, you just got to keep leading with enthusiasm, and it's not always easy, but you just got to try to focus on the positive, not the negative, and just move forward.
Yeah. I mean, you guys know this is way past my bedtime, but I bring it on Thursday nights for you. And I didn't even have Energized tonight. And that's like crazy town. I don't drink coffee. Like, I'm like, this is real. This is big happening. All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I will get this recording up, and so you can watch again, or make sure you share with your team. Please, everybody know that these are always on YouTube, and how to get to our channel is Team Passion Training, all one word, and there's hundreds of videos for you to catch up on if you need something to do. All right. Good night, guys.